Hey everybody, Kelly Engineering here, and welcome to episode 31 of Journey Across the Void. In between episodes, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I set up a whole bunch of redstone furnaces for all of the Galacticraft ores, and then I had to do something a little bit special as far as the tiny piles of titanium dust went. So I do have a sequential fabricator turning it into titanium dust, and then that gets pushed over to this redstone furnace to get turned into titanium ingots. And despite the fact that I have been AFK here for about 8 hours, I do not have very many resources to show for it, especially the titanium, the one I'm probably going to need the most of, because titanium is used in, all the rocket fins, the launch pads. There's a whole bunch of wafers I'm going to need. Yeah, the compressed titanium. Maybe it's, I'm sure we'll find out, but I do not have very much titanium to show for this. I don't have very much of anything to show for this, despite the fact that it's been 8 hours and only about 59 stacks of all of this stuff. Look at my iron. I have 5,300 stacks of iron, and I'm not sure if this is going to be enough to actually get into Galacticraft to the extent that I want to in this episode, because in this episode, we're getting into Galacticraft. So yeah, let me go find an area in the base for me to put all of this stuff, and I'll be back with you shortly. Now I have made a new portal gun, and this one is lime green and dark magenta. What is that? Lilac? It's not lilac. Regardless, this area is where I'm going to be putting all of my Galacticraft stuff. So it is over in this portion of the Triskelion, and I figured that this area was going to be perfect because I do need roof access in order to launch the rockets off of. So I am on the top floor of this little L shape on the Triskelion. I think it's going to work out perfectly. It's not too large, and I am going to have to set up some workbenches. I'm definitely going to have compressors for each of the ingots to make me the compressed dark iron, compressed Eris dark iron, and then all of the wafers. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff I have to make, and this seems like the perfect size area in order to make that happen. So yeah, this is where Galacticraft is going to be. Looking at the quest line for Galacticraft, it is massive. And I, of course, have the area over here where I have yet to collect any of the ingots to complete these quests, and that's perfectly fine. The area that we're going to need to start is right here with this aluminum wire. So I brought this up last episode, but sometimes my brain confuses Galacticraft with advanced rocketry, and that is very unfortunate. I don't remember having to make these aluminum wires last time I messed with Galacticraft, and no, I'm going to need to make some more wool. That's fine, we have plenty of string, and plenty of wire for that matter. But yeah, so if I say some weird stuff and you're thinking to yourself, oh wait, that's from advanced rocketry, that's the reason. And don't worry, I'll figure it all out and get on the right page eventually. But right now, buttons? Really? But right now, yeah, this is just how my brain is operating. So I have a circuit fabricator right here, and I'm going to need power. And the power is in joules here. Another thing I remember from Galacticraft, and this may be advanced rocketry, is power can only be accepted from certain sides. And yes, that does appear to be the case. I was thinking correctly. Oh, this is going to be annoying. Oh yeah, my Project Ozone 3 series, I had the same exact complaint. I can't configure the sides that power go on. Alright. In any case, the way that the circuit fabricator works is I have to put in diamonds, silicon, redstone, and then over here I change whether or not I put in a repeater or a redstone torch, or there's a whole bunch of different... A piece of lapis. Yep, repeater. Solar dust. Redstone lamps. Okay, yeah, all of this is pretty easy stuff. Comparators. So what I'm going to have to do if I want to automate this is I'm going to create another silicon factory, and I'm also I'm debating whether or not I should make a small redstone and diamond farm, because I'm going to need these advanced and basic wafers quite a bit. So I have power being provided to the circuit fabricator at this point via this induction cell, which I moved all the way over from the fission reactor here, and this will be all of Galacticraft power. That is what dark purple means, and I should actually name this. Here we go, Galacticraft input. So this is providing power to here, and eventually it will be providing power to all of the machines that I create, because I intend on making a circuit fabricator and a compressor for everything. In any case, I'm going to add my silicon, I'm going to add my diamonds, redstone, and redstone torches, and here we go. Now the progress is going. I'm going to make 64 of these basic wafers because they are needed for the next machine that I want to make, including this basic solar panel. Oh, never mind, I can't make that quite yet. I'm going to need these blue solar wafers, so I'm going to need more of the circuit fabricators before I can do that, and that's perfectly fine. Alright, so I just experienced a crash of the pack, and I do not know what sort of effects that may have on me right now. But it crashed because I placed an aluminum wire on my machine, on the actual power side of it. So, yeah, that's very weird to me. I'm going to have to open up the crash report and see what the heck that says. Alright, and we are back. The crash was kind of weird. It called out ticking player, like that's specific in any way, shape, or form. It also called out the Galacticraft aluminum wires and how they managed to connect to the different blocks. So I've just replaced them all completely with hardened flux ducts, and I'm going to upgrade the flux ducts as well as soon as I have more, because yeah, this is the extent of my flux ducts right now. And yeah, actually using the item ducts, since they use power anyway, right here, is probably going to be my best bet anyway, because I need to get items in and out of these as well. Another thing that was odd about the crash report was it was actually calling out Lime Library, which is the library that Furnace requires. So there was only one Galacticraft error, but there were 6 Lime Library errors in the crash report, and those were directly contributing to the ticking player as well. It's very weird. I'm not sure why, but for the time being, we are not going to be using aluminum wires. So yeah, I did have to do a little bit of rework because I loaded a backup from about 2 hours ago. Yeah, 2.5 hours ago. I made the new energy cell. I had to rebuild the induction cell, and I had to rebuild all of the circuit fabricators, put them down, and wait for all of my wafers to be completed. So now we can actually move on. Alright, so I'm going to make 4 compressors just to go along here. And I'm also going to have to hook up some power to them as well. That's perfectly fine. I've transferred all of my cables into the ME system. So yeah, here are my flux ducts. Once again, I'm going to upgrade these at a later time, probably in between episodes. But for now, let's place down our compressors. So, okay. Where does power go into the compressors? Where does power go into the compressors? Alright, so silly me. Those are not electrically powered. That is actually an upgrade to the compressor. There is an electrical compressor. In the meantime, I'm going to have to use coal. So, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm also, the very first thing that I want to compress is bronze, because there is a tool in Galacticraft. Mainly, the tool is the wrench. I need the wrench for Galacticraft. So the standard wrench from Galacticraft requires compressed bronze and also compressed steel. I have more than enough steel, and I'm going to have to get on making more bronze because heavy-duty plates require bronze. In any case, this wrench will allow me to control what side of the machines are going to be accepting power and items. So I'm going to move the side all to the back, and once I have the electric compressors, it'll be on the back of the compressors as well. I can't stand the fact that power is being inserted from the side here. I don't think it looks good. And I could always make covers for it and make it look good, but yeah, there's not really a point. I want it all happening from the back. So here we are. I have created all of the basic plates from Galacticraft, enough to at least complete the quests. I don't have the heavy duty plates yet. I'm not really worried about the heavy duty plate. The NASA workbench, however, is definitely the next thing that I need to create. So we're going to throw these in here for now. Eventually I'll get the ME system for Galacticraft hooked up. But now that those plates are in there, NASA workbench is made very, very easily. that quest should now be completed, and we will set it here for now. I'm going to completely redo the walls of this wing. I'll probably build them out by one more and have it be more, space-based themed. But the NASA workbench, you see that right now all I can make is the Tier 1 rocket. I can make the satellite rocket as well. Yeah, that's fine. And then I can add a new schematic, but I need to go to another planet in order to get those schematics. So we're going to focus on making the Tier 1 rocket. I need to do a little bit of reconfiguration because I'm going to have the first autocrafting setup of this pack be Galacticraft. Now I'm going to have everything, or at least the compressors and the circuit fabricators, along this wall, as well as the ME system is probably going to be in this corner right here. And then the network bridge connecting to the main ME system will be right behind it. The reason why I'm doing this is because I have a total of 32 things I'm going to have to throw into the compressor, and a total of 8 things I need to put in the circuit fabricator. So auto-crafting all of that is going to be much easier for me, especially since on the bottom floor of this wing is all dirt right now in preparation for putting the mystical agriculture seeds for Galacticraft all over the place. Mainly, actually, does Desh even have a seed? Alright, Desh does have a seed. Excellent. So it stands to reason that there's going to be mystical agriculture seeds for most of the things. Like, let's see, meteoric iron. Yep, meteoric iron. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to have no problem setting up all of that immersive engineering, dang it, mystical agriculture stuff down on the bottom floor. I've already gone ahead and put in all of the dirt. I just have to worry about lighting this area up, and this may be the first time I get into making the growth crystals as well. Yeah, making potions. We're going to make potions in another episode coming up soon. In any case, so I have this set up right here because I'm going to have all 4 of my compressors, and I also have, 4 of my circuit fabricators and 6 compressors. I made an extra 2. And once I have the ability to make the electronic compressors, I'm going to upgrade those as well. I also made a standard wrench because I'm going to shift click, and you see that the output changed for where energy is going to be accepted. It's a little weird. So what I'm going to do is energy is being accepted on this side right now. I'm going to connect it, and you see the energy is now flowing in here. Once I shift click here, you see the energy stopped moving in, because what I have to do now is break this item duct and replace it, and now the energy starts flowing again. So it takes a while in order for it to realize that the energy is accepted on another side. If I just use the wrench normally without holding shift, all it will do is rotate the block. But shifting and right-clicking will change the side that it accepts energy on. Regardless of what I do, items will always be accepted on top and exported on the bottom, which is why I have it raised up one. I'm going to have Flux connected with interfaces up here at the top, and then it will be extracting whatever I decide to autocraft down into the bottom into the ME system. You know what? I can make the electric compressors now, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to break these, convert them into the electronic compressors, and then hook them back into the system so they can be receiving power normally. Alright, move the items over and make all 6 of them. Beautiful. So I am going to place them all. I can't stand that icon. It's so goofy looking. Regardless, we're going to change the side that it accepts energy on, place it all in, and I'm going to be back with you shortly after I hook up the ME system to show you how I'm going to be doing all the auto-crafting. I'm going to go off on a little tangent here right now because Dinnerell put in the comments in episode 30 something that I should definitely have done by now and something that's absolutely going to be necessary for me, and that is a Flux controller. I'm going to put the Flux controller... shoot, where should I put it? Well, it's fine. I'm at least going to put it down in the Galacticraft area because I need wireless charging of my ME crafting terminal. I just ran out of power for it, which reminded me that, yeah, absolutely, Dinnerell, you make a great point. Alright, it is now connected to Fusion Reactor, and I should be gaining... I'm not gaining power. I should be gaining wireless power inside this Flux controller. Oh, come on. Here we go. Everything is applied, and now I should... Yep, I have gained power. So long as this flux controller is sitting on top of this energy cell, I will always have a full charge in this area for my wireless ultimate terminal. And I'm going to place a bunch of these everywhere around the base. However, it's not going to be just that. I also am about to go into space where I can't put any flux controllers, so I need to make the flux capacitors from thermal expansion. I'm going to go all the way up to resonant, have it charged, and I'm going to leave it in my bobble slot and turn it on whenever I'm actually in space so I can keep my magnet and my ultimate terminal charged. And last one. Awesome. Flux capacitor, resonant. So this thing has no charge on it whatsoever. I'm going to have it charging all items, and I should also probably wireless charging of things that are in my hotbar. There we go. Alright, it is gaining power. Very slowly, but it's gaining power. And now that I have it, I'm good, and we can continue on with the auto-crafting portion of my Galacticraft stuff. So I am ready to begin crafting my first pattern, and it's going to be a basic wafer. I have my network bridge set up a little differently than all of my other ones, and I'll explain how in just a second. Whoops, let's change you. There we go. Alright, so this recipe right here, a diamond, 2 silicon, redstone, and a redstone torch is going to make me 3 basic wafers. So I'm going to make that pattern and put it inside of this ME interface, and I should be able to craft them. Oh, if I set up my actual crafting storage. So I'm going to have 4 of these set up. 1, 2, I have 4 64K crafting, and this is absolutely overkill. And then the crafting coprocessor. Awesome. So the way that I have this set up right now, I have the ME interface on the network bridge side and the storage bus on the Galacticraft ME system side. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want access to all items that are on this side, because I want to run an experiment. I have never tried auto-crafting from a network bridge before, so I am hoping that when I want to craft wafers, craftable, I want to craft, let's see, 36 of them. Next. Awesome, it sees everything. This is going to work. Did it throw everything in? Oh, it threw everything in. Perfect. Alright, so this is this setup right here, the interface on the bridge side and the storage bus on the Galacticraft side, allows me to autocraft from the entire storage setup over in the network room. And oh, I'm so happy about that. So I'm going to set up all of my patterns this way, and I have quite a few patterns I need to craft. I think I said it before, but there's 8 of them that need to go inside of the circuit fabricator, and there are 32 of them that go inside the compressors. So yeah, I have quite a bit of work ahead of me. So I've come back to go over a little snag that I just found. So with the way that my patterns are right now, I'm just going to throw it in here to show you what it looks like. Say I want a piece of compressed platinum. Well, it's going to require 2 platinum ingots. However, these are not very smart when it comes to AE2. So if I had an AE2 interface on top of this, what it would do is it would just put both platinum ingots right here whenever I called up the auto-crafting recipe, even though the recipe is actually this. In the past, what I've done to get around that is I've crafted the Forge Lexicon and put in a platinum ingot, changed it to some other mod's platinum ingot. But as you just see, my platinum ingot just turned back into the thermal platinum. So this mod is not letting me permanently change what type of ingot I'm working with, which means I have to get a little bit creative. The electric compressors from a Galacticraft are actually allow for smart automation. That's what they call it. So using a hopper, if you put a hopper on top of an electric compressor and then put in 2 platinum ingots, you'll see that it just tried to find the correct recipe. And since it tried to find the correct recipe, it knows that it can create something. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to put hoppers on the top of all of these electric compressors and then put my ME interfaces on top of those. Whenever I call to craft the recipe, it's going to drop those into the hopper. The hopper will load them into the electric compressor in the proper recipe configuration, and then make me the compressed whatever I need it to be. And here we are. This is everything that I can craft right now. There are some things that can go inside the circuit fabricator, but I need to go to another planet, namely Venus, in order to complete the entire run of things. However, I do have patterns in every single one of these. I've left only advanced in this interface right now because I am going to need more advanced and I don't want to clog up anything else. Then my solar wafers are going to go in here, and I don't even know. Hang on, what does my paper say? Oh, okay, the red gem, blue gem, and white gem wafers are going to be going inside this fourth one, and I need to go to other planets in order to get those. As far as everything in the compressor goes, I have everything finished with the exception of the extra planets heavy-duty plate. So I have heavy-duty plate 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 are going to go right here, and then 6 through 10 will go in here. And yeah, that is how I have decided to automate Galacticraft. I'm debating whether or not to set up another ME system here. I mean, the way that I have it right now is, this is priority number 1, so whenever I insert stuff from this station, it will always go inside one of these drives, and that works for the Galacticraft things, but if I have any extra stuff in my inventory and try to throw it in here, it will also go in here. So I may set up an ME system right here that is only for Galacticraft, and then this one is everything that's hooked up to the network room. I'm not sure yet. That may be the route I'm going down. But that is all I have for this episode. In the next episode, we will be going to the moon, and probably Mercury and Venus as well. But yeah, we're going to create a satellite base, we're going to create a rocket ship, fuel it up, go to some planets, and yeah, then I will be happy with my progression in Galacticraft. So I am Kelly Engineering, and I hope that you did enjoy this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.